In this video, we are going to look at the Travail du jour questions that my grade 4 students worked with during the week of November 26th. Because of the snow day on Thursday, students actually only worked with one of these sets of questions. So that's an even better opportunity for practice at home. So with the questions in box 1, students are asked to work with the sum of two-digit numbers. So it's imperative right at the beginning to understand that students must be able to work with these sums mentally. So that means that they are finding the correct answer without writing a whole bunch of steps or strategies down. Now in this video, I'm going to write a few things down just so that I can share the strategy that students are expected to use in class. So for the first question, 78 plus 19, I really encourage students to decompose only one of the numbers. So in this case, to see 19 as 10 plus 9. This is just because students often just kind of break up or decompose all of the numbers, no matter what the situation is or what the numbers are. And usually that's not necessary. So in this case, we want students to do 78 plus 10, which is 88, plus 9, which is 97. In the second question, again, I'm going to decompose only one of the numbers. It doesn't matter really which one. So I'll recognize that 47 is the same thing as 40 plus 7. And then do 39 plus 40, which is 79, and 79 plus 7, which is 86. In the last question, students have to compare two expressions, 36 plus 36 and 29 plus 29. So there are two ways of doing this question in particular. The first would be to find the sum of both expressions. So 36 plus 36 is 72, and 29 plus 29 is 58. And we'll see that the expression 36 plus 36 is greater than the expression 29 plus 29. The second way that students could compare these expressions is to recognize that because 29 and 29 are smaller than 36 and 36, then the expression 36 plus 36 must be greater than the expression 29 plus 29, regardless of what the actual sums are. If we move on to box 2, this is a great opportunity for students to practice finding sums when numbers are represented using place value language. So we won't actually find all the sums here, but I just want to go over some of the place value language since it is written in French. So in the first case here, we have neuf dizaines. Dizaines is tens, so 9 tens is the same thing as 90. Here we have huit centaines. Centaines is the same thing as hundreds. So 8 hundreds is 800. And 12 dizaines, or 12 tens, is the same thing as 120. Finally, 8 dizaines, or 8 tens, is the same thing as 80. And 36 hundreds, or 36 centaines, is the same thing as 3,600. Now in the third box, we have two sequences question. I posted a video and some practice materials on my website specifically on sequences. One of the things that I discussed in the video was how some of the grade 4 students, because they've never really been exposed to multiplication and division, struggle with some of the sequences that I've been given them. For this reason, in our Travail du jour, I've really gone a few steps back and given them some basic sequences that really look more so like repeated addition. So in the first example, essentially students are given the first number as well as the pattern rule. So it's important for them to recognize that the pattern rule is plus 7. So in each case, I'm going to take my number and add 7. So 46 plus 7 is 53. 53 plus 7 is 60, then 67, 74, and 81. And the second question would be the same, but the pattern rule is a little bit larger. So 6 plus 24 is 30. 30 plus 24 is 54, and so on and so on. For the question in the fourth box, students are asked to combine what they've learned about the perimeter and pre-algebra into one question. So I do have a post specifically on perimeter, which explains the strategy in detail that students are expected to use in class. I encourage you to watch it because I'm going to be going over the steps rather quickly in this video. So the first step is to replace the pictures or the images with their value. So a star is equal to 28. And if each diamond has a value of 26, then the base of the rectangle, or this dimension, is 26 plus 26, or the double of 26, which is 52. Now, students are asked to recognize that if we split a rectangle in half diagonally, the length of the two blue dimensions have to be equal to the length of the two red dimensions. So to find the perimeter, what students will do is add the two dimensions on the blue side. So 28 plus 52 is 80. And then recognize that the length of the red dimensions have to be the same. So 80 times 2 gives me a perimeter of 160. Now here we have the questions that are in the second Travail du jour, which again, students this week didn't have a chance to answer. They're very similar, so I'm not going to go over them, but they are a great opportunity to practice at home. Please feel free to email me should you have any questions. Thanks for watching.